My neighbor's cat gives me wrinkles. My neighbor's cat is always hungry. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, while his owner is at work, he sneaks in through my back door so I can feed him. I'm always feeding him. Maybe that's the reason why he keeps on coming back, or maybe it's not my food that he likes. Rather, the way that I can never turn down the stroking of his fur. He always comes inside, and sometimes he even stays for seconds. He gives me wrinkles when he dances around my bed. I laugh so hard. Silly cat, always making me forget that the hands on my clock are just as lifeless as me. I once heard through the grapevine that I wasn't the only one feeding him. It doesn't surprise me. Cats are always too hungry and too friendly. He gives me wrinkles when he tracks in scents of the neighborhood rats on his paws. I can always smell them. Sometimes he even leaves the skeletons of mice inside my closet, and if I didn't know any better, I say that he plants them there for blossoming. I always throw them out before it is their time to bloom. Besides, I could never be able to explain the smell of carcass to my neighbor when she visits. Scolding him never works. His feline glare always stops my words before my lips can mouth them, sending them full force back down my throat and into my belly pit, containing them in the cages next to the butterflies I swallow every time I see him. I tell him I love him, but he never tells me back. Instead, he licks the wounds that I'm unable to reach myself. He always mentions that even a little bit is enough. He gives me wrinkles when he nestles his face into my neck. He does this mainly when he wants his fur stroked. Once he's been pet and full, he usually does pirouettes all the way to the back door. So elegantly, I get lost in his moves. I forget that he may not even come back. I almost always wait in the dark for him. Nothing but his favorite toys in hand. Holding them reminds me what it feels like to not be so alone. I once thought that I didn't like cats, but for him, I make exceptions to my rules, and I'll always leave the backlight on for him.